Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. My name is Joe. I'll be leading you on this guided meditation this morning. So let me invite you to just take a nice deep breath in through your nose as we close our outer eyes. Exhale out the mouth. And we repeat this breathing pattern in deeply through the nose. Feel your chest expand. Exhale through the mouth as we feel our center contract. We just continue this breathing pattern as we feel the rise and fall. Feeling all of that tension melt away. Starting at the top of the head. Working its way down to your face, your neck, shoulders. As we continue this breathing pattern, as we exhale, feel all of that negative energy and tension just flow right out of you into the void. As it continues to drop down to your chest, your arms, hands, fingertips. Let it all just flow right out. Down to your hips, down your legs, to your feet, downward and out your body. As we center ourselves in this moment, in this presence of divine spirit, let us flow with our breathing. And feel it grow more deep, deeper, with every inhalation and every exhalation. Just let your shoulders drop. As we take a moment to center and relax and align ourselves with spirit within and all around. We tune in to the omnipresence of spirit, knowing that we are the essence of God, experiencing this deeper connection now. Tuning in, as we breathe in stillness and knowingness. flow. Keep your attention focused on your breathing. Just feel and know and experience every inhalation, every exhalation. Let any distracting thoughts that may flash across your mind, don't fight them, don't resist. Just acknowledge them. Let them pass. And return your focus and attention to your breathing without strain or resistance. Just flow. And let that breathing grow deeper. As we focus on these words of the spiritual principles we embody, Some of you may even choose to use these words as mantras as you breathe and experience the divinity within. Love. Love. Peace. Beauty. Joy. God. Knowing these words as the spiritual principles comprising that God essence within us, that benevolent nature that is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, let us be still and know this as truth. As we let it flow, we flow with it. We live, move, and have our being within the body of this power, this presence, this divine source that energizes, vitalizes, empowers each and every one of us. And it is good. It is good. And it knows nothing else but good, but love, but beauty, but peace, but joy. There is no crisis, tragedy that can trump and overpower this essence, this God essence, this power, this benevolent nature that is our truth, our being. As we keep our attention centered on it. Experience it now, this moment, this good, as we breathe. attention to this sacred place, this present moment, this sanctuary. And as we bring our attention back, some of you may want to wiggle your fingers, your toes, stretch your neck. And I invite you, whenever you're ready, to open your outer eyes. This concludes our meditation. Thank you.
Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it. Wanna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for. What this life is about. More drums. It's about love. It's about laughter. It's about comfort and smiles. It's about love. It's about kindness. It's about hearts open wide. It's about love. It's about passion. It's about taking a chance. It's about love. It's about service. It's about lending a hand. Lending a hand. Swing wide the doors. The time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. Learn to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love. It's about laughter. It's about comfort and smile. It's about love. It's about kindness. It's about hearts open wide. It's about love. It's about passion. It's about taking a chance. It's about love. It's about service. It's about lending a hand. Lending a hand. Swing wide the doors. The time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Yeah, swing wide the door. The time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
Song. All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. Thank you to everyone joining us on Facebook Live and YouTube and here in our beautiful sanctuary. My name is Darrell Prince, and it is truly a privilege and an honor to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. CSL Redlands is a new thought community living in ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. The science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes studied truth from all the world's religions, religious traditions and spiritual paths and developed a fresh, new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. CSL Redlands is an open and inclusive community honoring all people from every background, all races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you're always welcome here. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to a spiritual magnificence, and our vision is a world that works for everyone. If you're here for the first time, please raise your hand and let us properly greet you. All right. Welcome. We know you have a choice for your spiritual community, and again, we are delighted to have you visit with us today. A gentle reminder to silence your cell phones and place them safely away so you may participate fully in our service. We are so happy to have you with us for our service today, and we are grateful for your presence. You are magnificent and loved as you are right where you are. God is. And now our centering music, I'm going to read our announcements. We have Wake Up and Meditate with Sandra Prince, a daily spiritual practice, Monday through Friday from 7 o'clock a.m. to 7:15 a.m. via Zoom. We have Visionaries of Love Visioning Team. Visionary Love Visioning Team will meet on Sunday, August 21st at 12 o'clock noon. Our visioning team leader is myself. And if you're interested in participating, you can contact me at the information provided in your bulletin. Donate a meal for the women's shelter. If anyone is interested in donating a meal or volunteering for the CSL Redlands Women's Safe Shelter, please speak with Jean to sign up. 1 Minute Miracles. Our practitioners are available after service for prayers. What can we know for your highest good? Divine Feminine Circle. Join us for Divine Feminine Circle Monday, August 1st at 10 o'clock a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It is lovingly facilitated by licensed CSL practitioners Susie Amons and Barbara Jean Yankee. Spiritual Living Circle. The Spiritual Living Circle will be dark for the month of August and will resume via Zoom starting Monday, September 12th from 5:30 to 7 o'clock p.m. Come and join the lively and inspirational discussion using Science of Mind magazine articles. All materials will be provided. For more information, see the sign-up sheet. CSL Redlands and YouTube channel. Subscribe to your YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/CSL Redlands and subscribe. And thank you. Thank you for that. Amazon Smile. Don't just wait for a holiday. Next time you shop using Amazon, you can donate to CSL Redlands. Go to smile.amazon.com and choose Redlands Center for Spiritual Living. Each time you shop, a portion of your shopping total will benefit us. Thanks for shopping and benefiting your CSL Redlands. Books, books, books. Book sales after service. There are so many wonderful cookbooks for sale. Proceeds will go towards revitalizing our practitioners' room. And we have Potluck Sunday coming up. It's August 7th. Theme, everything Italian. Spaghetti, baked ziti, garlic bread, and antipasta salad. That sounds really good there. So please join us for that. And painting volunteers needed. On Saturday, August 6th, we will be putting a fresh coat of paint on the entire face and the alcove of the stage. We will need a crew to help move items, cover items, clean up, and to put the sanctuary right for Sunday morning service. We need smiling faces to be ushers and greeters. you could be the friendly face people first see when they enter our center. See Sandra Prince to sign up and get the procedures, and Sandra information is available. And lastly, you are magnificent and you are loved as you are. And Brother Mark. Okay.
Do you have any special music for? Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody. We have a special presentation, and it's happening now. So my name's Brother Mark. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here, and one of the core tenets of our whole philosophy is the idea of studying, right? Introspection and taking classes. So today, it's my pleasure and honor to formally introduce you to the people who just completed our most recent foundations class. And it's a lot of work. It's about 10 to 12 weeks of deep introspection and revealing. It's kind of like, is anybody like artichokes out there? Right? It's like peeling a layer and a layer. And what's on the end of some of the artichokes? Leaves. What? Yeah. So you get to go, that one hurt. So sometimes some of the weeks of the subjects, right? You go, But then what's in the center? Heart. The heart. Yes. So it's kind of like that unpeeling and unlayering. And so are the two for here? The two are up here. They're here? Okay. So, move the book. I should have prepared. I have them in my, there they are. Okay. So I've got some in my hands for the people who didn't get to make it, and we'll be able to mail those certificates. So for the students who are not here, and one of our board members is Mary Jo Morris, completed. We've got Carla Sheridan, who completed. We've got Shannon Collins, who completed successfully. We've got Berlin Garcia, who completed successfully. We have Richard Borges, who completed successfully. We have Zachariah Warren, who completed successfully. And then we've got two people in the house who are going to be gracing us with the one and only their presence today. And that's Eva Spiritos. Would you be recognized and welcome? Come on up. I have a certificate for you. And thank you. And Eileen Swenson is coming up today. So just note that many people who completed the foundations class were born after I started taking mine in 1996 and completed in 2000. All right, thank you very much. And now we're going to go to Daryl Prince with our visioning statement.
All right, it's me back again. All right, so 2 Sundays ago, we held a visioning session here at our center, and we had some beautiful souls here visiting with us, and we did a visioning, and what came out of our visioning that we did was a statement, and I'll read it to you here. It says, CSL Redlands is a beacon of light where people come to experience love and joy while having a desire for service and belonging. God's light reflects onto our prosperous center in shades of purple, green, and blue. Without a doubt, we give our time and effort for our center to experience prosperity and enjoy abundance for ourselves, our center, and for the community we serve. So that was our visioning, and very, very powerful. Yes. Okay. And next up, Mr. Gilman.
Time to get centered here. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Thank you, Gilman. That was absolutely lovely. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ellen, and I've been coming here on and off since 2018, and I'm so thankful to share this poem with you that I wrote. And I just invite you to just turn within and appreciate the words that I felt were channeled as I wrote this from the heavens. And it's called Heaven's Parade. Anchor in timelines of new foundation for a spirit and a heart of solid vibration, aching to begin anew with rod and staff entwined, then turn around again to awakening heart lines. My form like thunder against the crashing waves. I aspire to be like a mother whose sorrow saves. Merge the purge in divulgent truth, and yearn to swim in this burgeoning youth. Free me from woes that taste silver to my tongue, to abide me now in graces that fit my lungs. Heaven is a grand parade of trumpeters long, and hope is a spellbound reverie as I sing this wrong. We grasp at stars that descend only for a moment in space. Only the ones who seek to know will know the place where time is art and wisdom a woman who burns to be liberated from her throne as forever sovereign. She, this woman, this being, wants to be among us, don't you see? She who made the world and sought to be with me, and with you, and with us. The gown prepared for her now so royal, and her infinity mind will continue to take root in our soul soil. Thank you.
And so I invite you to turn within with me for our opening prayer. And let's do that together by taking a nice inhale in together, easy and gently. And an easy and slow, deliberate exhale for 2 to 3 times as long as the inhale. And let's do that again. We take a nice cleansing breath in. And an easy, gentle, deliberate exhale out. And with our next breath, we breathe in the divine breath, the one and only. Breathe that in. And with the next exhale out, we release anything and everything that no longer serves us for our highest and best good. We can be aware or unaware of it. Let's just release that now with something as simple as our breathing. And as we return to our normal breathing pattern, we're reminded that this power and this presence of the one and only powers me, it powers you, it is right where you are. And if you can feel comfortable with that, whether it's God or Spirit, the divine, the universe, whatever you wish to call it, I'm going to say now and invite you to say whatever's comfortable for you. Right where I am, God is. Right where you are, God is. And so what do you proclaim for yourself? Speak it out loud. Where I am, God is. And it's from this place of unity and oneness that I speak a word of blessing, knowing that everything that's needed for this service to continue to reveal itself in joy and celebration, in divinity, allowing for revelation, for demonstration, for manifestation of the Most High good for each of us individually and for all of us collectively. It's already happening right here and right now for our yes. And so if you're with that, just say yes, yes, yes. And I know that peace starts within me, peace starts within you, peace starts within our families, our homes, the city, our states, the world. We send the peace vibration to Ukraine now, allowing only peace to pass through the borders. We send peace to all places within the world that are currently in struggle or strife, knowing that this peace is an energy of good that transforms anything unlike it. And so let's hold a moment of peace, global peace, starting within ourselves and sending it through the world now. Just see it as that beacon of light that was so beautifully spoken about in the vision statement by Daryl. See it go through the center of our sanctuary, an orb of peace. See it grow. See it transform and transmute anything that's a lower frequency or vibration into that of peace for the highest and best good. See it have its full sway. And we continue to hold this vision as we allow our service to unfold, blessing the music, blessing Gilman and David, our board of trustees, blessing the speakers, Eileen and Ava, blessing our spiritual director, Sanja, Prince, where she is, God is. Blessing each person who's been of service this day, Ellen for her reading, those who brought snacks or food, knowing it all unfolds in a love that is meaningful to each of us present and each of us watching remotely. It's no mistake that you found us. Where you are, God is. And I know that the blessings that are most needed for your soul's evolution continue to unfold, unobstructed and unimpeded now. And so with my heart filled with gratitude for the word that has been spoken, I allow it to be and invite you to say together in the affirmative, and so it is.
Little Bob Marley for you. I'm still working on this. Pirates, yes, they robbed me, sold me to the merchant ships. Minutes after, they took me from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We move forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom, all I ever had? Redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear of atomic energy. None of them can stop the time. How long shall they quell our prophets while we stand outside and look? Some say it's just a part of it all. We've got to fulfill a book. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom, all I ever had? Redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear of atomic energy. None of them can stop the time. How long shall they quell our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it all. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom, all I ever had? Redemption songs, redemption songs, all I ever had. Redemption songs.
Thank you, Gelman. Great song, Bob Marley. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ava Sperados, and I'm a member of CSL Redlands. And today I'm going to speak to you about the topic, Pray Without Ceasing. So when we read the paragraph from the Science of Mind text on page 491, Dr. Ernest Holmes tells us to always be on the positive side of life and to constantly recognize our relationship with Spirit in our life, moving in, through, and as us. We are directed to give thanks and realize that now, right now, we are in heaven. Holmes calls gratitude one of the highest graces of human existence, and tells us that it is crowned in heaven with a consciousness of unity. To me, gratitude is about acceptance of where I am at right now in my life. Gratitude is about seeing the good in where I'm at right now. It is about questioning to myself and reflecting when situations arise that cause me inner turmoil. I can ask myself questions such as, why do I feel this way? What am I learning from this situation, event, or person? What can I say thank you for in this lesson? When I've humbled myself and understood the lesson, then and only then do I release the situation with a thank you to the universe and continue on in my journey. I view gratitude as simplicity because it allows me a powerful focus on what I want to grow in my life. In the CSL Foundations class, we were taught about the creative process. We come to recognize that as we are living our lives in reality, we are creative beings and always growing something new, with every thought backed by a feeling that we have. We have free will, and it is our choice to decide in each and every moment what we want to create for ourselves and for others. In one of his talks, Flowing River shared with us similarly that in every moment we can either go towards the light or towards the darkness. It is that simple, and it is our choice. Never fear, because we're given this choice over and over again in life, and we can always begin again with conscious awareness. So I challenge you with the question, what do you wish to create in your life with your conscious focus and your energy? If you wish to create something beautiful, then think beautiful thoughts. See the positives. See each of your small daily victories. If not, then let your mind wander anywhere it wants to without training it. This is the reason that we practice meditation. To train our minds to simply be present in the moment without judgment of good or bad, but simply observing what is. My personal affirmation for this is, I am an observer of the now moment, and I release all judgments. In doing this, we have learned acceptance of the present moment, and we can give ourselves the gift of time and space to ponder before we react to situations we encounter in our day-to-day life. When we accept situations, people, and events for what they are, and simply direct our focus to the positives, we free ourselves by not wasting our time and energy on blame, worry, denial, or other negative emotions. We will quickly recognize what unites us with other living beings and celebrate our similarities and our achievements. With this view of unity in mind, we can grow in our gratitude, because if God moves through me, in me, and as me, and God is all there is, then your successes are also my successes, and your joys are also mine. So nothing divides us, and everything only works to unite us. Don't forget to extend gratitude to the beings in your life who you share relationships with and who you value, such as family, friends, pets, and work colleagues. And don't forget to extend your gratitude to yourself for the ways you show up for yourself, like taking time for your mind, body, and spirit through activities such as prayer, meditation, sleep, and more. You can tell yourself, I see you, I love you, I appreciate you, and I'm here for you. And let's not forget to thank our shadow, that darker side of us that we like to pretend isn't there, that scared, sad, and sometimes angry voice in our head. Remember, if we are simply observing, then we are not judging our shadow, but accepting and acknowledging that it is there. We can hear what it has to say and then send it love. I also view praying without ceasing as being always in union with Spirit. We can speak to the presence whenever we are moved to. We can ask Spirit questions and express our thankfulness toward it for our abundance. We can revel in knowing who we are and who we belong to. We can ask it for assistance and signs to light our path. And we can remember that we are never alone and always loved. So as you leave today, I challenge you to simply see with your eyes wide open and love with your heart wide open, to quote one of Al Yankee's wonderful songs. And keep it simple, live in the now moment, choose the path of light, remember whose you are, and always say your thank yous, because you and I are blessed in so many ways in this life.
Eileen's talk. It's right here. Good morning. Good morning. I am Eileen Swenson, and I love quotes. I think that they are a wealth of intelligence, of wisdom tied up nicely in a sentence or two. Very often, communication with spirit is serendipitous. You read something or you see something that is so perfect that it resonates with you, and you know you have to write that down and keep it where you can see it very often. Over my kitchen sink and under the window, I have 6 by 4-inch frames, and each one has a quote. I think these quotes are the one and only speaking to me. One of my favorite quotes is, "The more thrilling, wonderful, divine objects I behold in a day, the more expanded and immortal I become." My good friend, Henry David Thoreau, said that. I love this quote, and it's on the back of my business cards. It is so easy for me to become infused with the wonder, the divinity, the thrill of an object I am seeing and beholding. One morning in fall, I was at my kitchen window watching the leaves fall from a very tall tree. It was fall, and the leaves were this brilliant yellow by this time. The wonderful thing about leaves is when they leave the branch, they don't just go poof and hit the ground. Oh no, they dance, they swirl, they do all kinds of lovely things before they hit that ground. And the early morning golden light was shining on them, and I thought, I can never leave this window until all the leaves have fallen. I did have to leave, but while I was there, it was thrilling, it was wonderful, it was divine, it was the one and only. Backing that up, Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Never lose the opportunity of seeing anything beautiful, for beauty is God's handwriting." Eric Prevenagi said, "Watching the wonder of a dewdrop clinging on a tree leaf in the early morning sunlight can give us an ethereal thrill and at one time awaken the elapsed compass of our inner child." Spirit spoke to Henry, to Ralph, to Eric, and thusly, the one and only speaks to me. One quote is simply "Noli timere," and that is translated as, "Be not afraid." We know what Theodore Roosevelt said about fear, but what does our friend, the Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, say about fear? Quote, "But what is fear? Nothing more than or less than the negative use of faith. Faith misplaced, a belief in 2 powers instead of 1. Louisa May Alcott, another good friend of mine, said, "I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship." Spirit spoke to Theodore, spoke to Ernest, spoke to Louisa, and thusly, the one and only speaks to me, saying, "Noli timere." Another favorite quote of mine on my wall is from the movie We Bought a Zoo. It's a great movie. Matt Damon's character, Benjamin Mee, is saying to his son, "All you need is 20 seconds of insane courage, and I promise you something great will come of it." Winston Churchill said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts." E.E. Cummings said, "It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are." Spirit spoke to Benjamin Mee, to E.E. Cummings, spoke a lot to Winston, and thus the one and only speaks to me. One of my favorite quotes is not really a quote, but a very short, simple story. It's still on my wall, though. It's the Wise Woman's Stone, and its source is unknown. A wise woman who was traveling in the mountains found a precious stone in a stream. The next day she met another traveler who was hungry, and the wise woman opened her bag to share her food. The hungry traveler saw the precious stone and asked the woman to give it to him. She did so without hesitation. The traveler left rejoicing in his good fortune. He knew the stone was worth enough to give him security for a lifetime. But a few days later, he came back to return the stone to the woman. "I've been thinking," he said. "I know how valuable this stone is, but I give it back to you in hope that you can give me something even more precious. Please give me what you have within you that enables you to give me this stone. To give me this stone." Ernest Holmes says, "It is a beautiful and true thought to realize that every man stands in the shadow of a mighty mind, a pure intelligence, and of a divine givingness." Peyton C. March said, "There is a wonderful mythical law of nature that the three things we crave most in life, happiness, freedom, and peace of mind, are always attained by giving them to someone. And no one has ever become poor by giving." Anne Frank. Spirit spoke to Ernest, spoke to Peyton, spoke to Anne, and thusly, Spirit, the one and only, speaks to me. The last one, I really love this one. "I have always known that at last I would take this road. I have always known that at last I would take this road. But yesterday, I did not know that it would be today." Ariwara no Narihira. That right there is the one and only speaking to me about anticipation, preparedness, accepting and welcoming the unexpected. I'm not going to expand on this last one except to say that if ever I answer the phone and someone says to me, "Let's drive up to San Francisco today," I'm going to say, "Pick me up in 30 minutes. In closing, I say to you, stop when you see something wondrous. Take it in, breathe it in. The one and only is showing you its glory. And listen, really listen. Hear the words that resonate with you. The one and only is speaking to you. Write it down, put it in a frame, hang it up somewhere. Thank you. Mark, can you stand up?
So I wanted to add, if I could, for 1 or 2 minutes. When you're doing spiritual, and I thank you, were they remarkable? Yes. Yeah. We might have a tape somewhere of Berlin, and if we do, we're going to cut it and put it on our Facebook page. When he spoke in class, it was unbelievable as well. So thank you both. You're remarkable, and so are all the other students. I want to thank Yvonne Fowler, who also helped to co-facilitate the 12 weeks with me. Also, I just want to say a couple quick things, and I'm turning it over to Sanja. When you're taking the classwork, be very, very gentle and kind with yourself. If you're seeing resistance, be willing to sit with the resistance, feel all the feelings, be authentic with yourself, and at the same time, do the homework, do the reading, do the practice. That's the way that you grow. A couple other quick things. One is, for me, I found when I was taking the coursework, it was like a romance. It was like a loving of thyself, and it's the one romance that will never leave you nor forsake you. And so I'm encouraging you, you don't need to post about it. You don't need to try to put it into words or explain it to other people. I'm asking you to trust it. And then 2 other quick things. One of them was, in all the prayer work, make sure that you're using, I like to think of it as spiritual legal jargon. This or something greater, say it with me. This or something greater. That's for my highest and best good.
That's for my highest and best good.
Right here.
Right here.
Right now.
Right now.
That's so it is. And you.
Okay, I'm just going to bring up Gilman to do the music, and then we'll go from there.
This is another one I haven't done in a long time, but I guess
High time I did. And I never thought I'd feel this way. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say that I do believe I love you. Oh, and if I should ever go away, well then close your eyes and try to feel the way we do today. And then if you can remember, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for good times and bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. Well, you came and opened me. Now there's so much more I see. And so by the way, I thank you. Oh, and then for the times when we're apart, close your eyes and know these words are coming from my heart. And then if you can remember, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for good times and bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. Keep smiling, keep shining, know you can always count on me. Oh, for sure. Tell you that's what friends are for good times and bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. Oh, that's what friends are for. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. Oh, for sure. That's what friends are for good times and for bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. That's what friends are, that's what friends are for.
Well. No, I don't need it. I just need my microphone on. Good morning. Hello. Yeah, I can switch to this one.
She's got the wireless here.
All right, well. Testing. Ah, here we are. So, did you guys enjoy the speakers today? They were wonderful. So let's give them a hand again, Ava and Eileen. And also let's give Brother Mark a hand right here, who is their instructor, along with Yvonne Fowler, who's at the Beaumont Church. So thank you very much. So what I wanted to call your attention to is be sure to fill out your prayer request. The prayer requests come in, they go to all the practitioners, and we pray for you. So be sure to do that. And also, there's an envelope, should be an envelope on your table. If you don't have one, you can raise your hand, and the ushers will bring you one. This is how we know who gave, and this is how you will be able to get a statement at the end of the year that you can use for your taxes. So these are for your contributions. So if you want to be recognized, please do so, fill that out. And I was honored and privileged to be, to bear witness to some. I'm going to ask someone to come forward, Edward Torres, wherever he might be. And so what I want you to know about Ed is on Friday, I got to go to an award ceremony where this man was recognized by the mayor of Redlands and given the Hero Award for all his service and contribution in this community.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. The only thing I want to say is that when I was up there, I was a reflection of all of you. Because it takes a village, as we know. And it was a very humbling experience. And I just want to thank every one of you for supporting me and giving me the ability to do what I do. So thank you. I want to make one other statement. Jean, who's not here, she has 3 nieces and nephews. And I recognize them on that event because they're the future. Because every Thursday I go pick up food for the sandwiches that our center makes for the homeless community and also for the food for the women's safe shelter. And every Thursday they come to the church with Jean and they help me unload it. And they know what that means. And so I wanted to recognize them as well because they are the future. And I think Roman is 4. Israel is, I think, 6 or 7. And Aviana is 11. And these 3 kids every Thursday come here around 11 o'clock and they help me unload the car. And they know what that means. And they know what they're doing. And it's amazing to see how important this is to them. So all I can say is always remember, like what Brother Mark was saying and some of the speakers were saying, that what we do, we don't realize how we affect those around us. So never assume that your life has no meaning. Never assume that your life doesn't account for anything. Because, the mayor said something to me very important. And he says, Ed, he says, are you going to be there for the groundbreaking of the Good Night Inn, the hotel that the city acquired for homelessness? And I said, yeah. He says, you better be there because you're the one that inspired me to make it happen. So remember that. We never know who we touch or attract or fill. You'll have to contact the city because I think it's a closed ceremony, just to let you know. Yes, but anyway, thank you all, and thank you for empowering me to be who I am so I can help empower others. Thank you.
And how wonderful it was to have those 3 kids sitting at the table. They walked into the University of Redlands down there, into the hall where the tables were set up, and they were like, wow, this is fancy. And then Ed spoke their names and they got to stand up and be recognized by everyone. So it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So I just wanted to have Ed come up and say that, and thank you. So now it's time for our conscious giving. So I asked the ushers to come forward. So I invite you to consider that the same portal from which you give is indeed the same portal from which we receive. So let's expand into being bigger and bolder receivers and givers so we can receive. So join me in placing your tithe, your offering, and your gifts over your heart as we've affirmed together, from the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal, to bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
Thank you for giving, thank you for receiving, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing, thank you for believing, thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, bless you for your sharing, thank you for being who you are.
So I just invite the congregation to stretch your hand forward as a blessing. I bless these tithes and gifts and offering, knowing that they are sufficient to cover the needs of CSL Redlands, which is a successful idea in the mind of God. How good it is to speak this word and know this truth now. And together we say, and so it is. So I want to recognize Deetra Johnson. Stand up. Deetra Johnson is a long-standing practitioner. She is a spiritual coach, and she has moved to Southern California from Florida. So we recognize her today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to invite the practitioners to come and stand right here. Just right here. These are our practitioners, and Deetra is joining us. So remember, Daryl said in the announcement that after the service, what can we know for you? What can we know for you? So if you can give us a little music. Just soft music. As we enter into our closing prayer. And you know, there is a legend, a Hindu legend that says that in Hindu there's many, many gods. And so one day they recognized that the people were just doing these things out of control. And so Brahman went to the other gods and said, you know, what can we do about this? And so they said, let's hide this divinity in man away from him. And so one of the gods said, let's hide it in the ocean. And Brahman said, no, man will dive deep and find it. So he said, another said, let's hide this divinity of man on the highest mountaintop. And Brahman again said, man will climb the highest mountain. They will climb every mountain. And eventually, the humans will find it. So where do we hide this divinity of man? And so they came up with this idea that we will hide it deep inside of man. This divinity, this oneness, and man will have to go deep to find it. So we go deep in our meditation. We go deep in our prayer and contemplation. This is how we find that divinity that was hidden from us so very long ago. And so here at Centers for Spiritual Living, we teach those practical tools in order to dive down deep and find that divinity, find that oneness and affirm it. So I enter right now into this sanctuary, this space of oneness with God, the Most High. And I recognize this God in everything that I see and everything that is unseen. So from the creepy crawly to the birds that fly high, to the animals that roam the earth, to each and every one of you, I recognize God in each and every one of us. And so knowing that, the talk title today is The One and Only. So there's that one and only God within us that we recognize, and we know that this is where we find our oneness. This is where we find our unconditional love. This is where we find our perfect health and wholeness. Because there is no spot where God is not. So that divinity within us allows us to recognize that love in each and every one of us. We have a song that says, I see the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. And so when I look in your eyes, when I look at you, I don't see any separation from me either. Because I know that we're one. And we're one with that divine presence that is God. So today, as I close this service, I ask you to step into the fullness and the allness of this oneness and recognize it within you. And as you recognize it within you, you begin to recognize it in the faces that you see on the street, in your families, just everywhere. And then we can love from a place of pure spirit. And so giving it all to God and letting it all go, I'm going to ask my practitioners, I'm going to hand them the microphone to speak a word into this service today. Whatever they would like to speak into this service today, I'm going to ask them to do so.
And so steeping in the consciousness that's already been so eloquently and profoundly established. I rest in thee, and from the very Lord God of my being, that knows that it knows that it knows that it knows who I am as my own divinity. I know that I am reflecting that same light back out, so that each of you here today and all those we hold in consciousness feel that same vibration, that same beckoning to claim the truth that has never left, that has no sense of brokenness or I'm not enoughness or fear or trepidation or resignation or inertia, that only knows the highest vibration of God's love as the truth. And so today I ask that each of us steps into the divinity that God knows as ours to claim. And I lovingly pass.
And I just reflect on this beautiful service, the light and energy that is poured into this service, which ultimately pours outward through us into our communities, into the people around us, the people that we love and care about, and to the strangers that are out there that we encounter. We just know that our energy, our light moves forth. It embraces its love, its joy, its peace, and we reflect that all the time in knowing of this greatness, our greatness, through our divine source that we have here in our lives. And I pass this on.
I speak this word of gratitude. I step into the world with that attitude of gratitude. And so for this and so much more, I am the light.
What I know is that you are the beloved in whom God is well pleased. There's nothing missing, lacking, needing, nor wanting within you. There's only perfect God, perfect man. So I invite you just to say with me, I am whole, I am complete, I am perfect, as I am, right here and right now. I know this to be true, and so.
So just echoing everything that has been said right now in this room, the beautiful speakers, their voices have spoken to this room, and the people who are following us on Facebook Live and YouTube. I'm just so grateful. So I leave you with this affirmation: where I am, God is. Where I go, God is. So let's say it together. Where I am, God is. Where I go, God is. And so it is. Amen.
After service, I'd like to get some big husky guys to help move the speakers. Okay, here we go. Let the light of the Spirit shine through me. Let the light of the Spirit shine through you. As our grace and love make this a brighter world. Let the light of the Spirit shine on. Sing it with me. Let the light of the Spirit shine through me. Let the light of the Spirit shine through you. As our grace and love makes this a brighter world. Let the light of the Spirit shine on. Shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on. Let the light of the Spirit shine on. Let the light of the Spirit shine through me. Let the light of the Spirit shine through you. As our grace and love make this a brighter world. Let the light of the Spirit shine on. Shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on. Let the light of the Spirit shine on. I said, let the light of the Spirit shine on and on. Let the light of the Spirit shine on.
Thank you. you.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.